when people have gone through and they're really, really engaged, they want to step up and lead. And I think that when organizations are having a really tough time with volunteerism with their leaders, it's because some of these building blocks in the beginning didn't happen, that people weren't invited to to join in, to participate, to collaborate, to contribute early on. And once you kind of, this whole thing is kind of building towards that volunteer funnel. Some people are just going to be so engaged, feel so much, compulsion about the mission, but also that, they belong. These are their people. They want to help the industry, the community, the profession. And so they step up and say, hey, it's my turn to help out.
What do you see as some of the more useful stepping stones there? So I see in communities sometimes we have a pool of really connected people who appreciate what the organization does, and then some people who start to raise their hands, but a lot of people who don't take that next step toward leadership. How can I, as a leader, break that down?
So I think that is absolutely the key. So I like to think of volunteerism as a volunteer funnel. When I talk to associations, I talk about little v volunteerism and big V volunteerism. And so if you talk to association professionals, when they think about volunteerism, they tend to think about committee work, leading committees, being on the board. But members don't think about volunteering that way. Members think, well, if I run a chapter meeting, that's volunteering. If I write a white paper, that's volunteering. If I hold a sign at an annual conference, that's volunteering. And so I love the idea of when people are receptive about it, to start them in on these little V or micro volunteering opportunities. And that can be fairly quick. So you get a new member in and they're starting to participate a little bit. You see them raising their hand, they're connecting with other people, they're doing the small talk thing. And so then maybe you ask them to do a little job that takes 10 minutes. Would you like to man registration at our next meeting? Or maybe you ask them, if you're doing a lot of your programming online, maybe you ask them to be a chat ambassador. So their job is to kind of set the tone in the chat and get the chat moving along. And what you'll find is there are some people who will say, I totally want to do it. And after they've done it, they're super excited and they want to do the next thing and the next thing. And now they're on the line to be one of your big V volunteers. And so it's like the nurturing or cultivating of volunteers. Again, if you're a volunteer leader of a community and you don't have a lot of time, it's sort of one of those things that you can nurture these people, just sort of like keep them in the back of your mind. It doesn't take a lot of extra time or money, but you're going to see who steps up and who you want to have help you with some of the bigger opportunities by starting them on the little things first.